They don't want you ever to accept. That's the point. See, they want, well, we'll talk on another show. Yeah.
Women should be given some kind of credit. After all, in social service agencies, you see so many children that are abused and beaten and mutilated. At least there was...
Yes, I'd like to ask Pat's daughter if she would feel any different about her mother if mother and father would have fought over her and her mother would have lost.
That's hard to say because what's happened has happened, and I think if they fought for me, I'd probably feel bad that I wasn't with the other one.
I have a question for the woman on the end. I can understand giving up your child the first time, but what I'm wondering is how you could go through the same thing and give up a second child.
Because the father of my second child is as maternal as I am. I am a very maternal person, and he... Well, if you've seen me mother my children...
In essence, she has joint custody. I mean, her boy is with her maybe 4 days a week.
Right.
So...
And I'm not here to just... I didn't come on this show to prove that, to say I'm a good mother. You know, I provide for my kids emotionally when I am with them. And the fathers are very good fathers. I would have fought for my second child. I would have just not have allowed it. But the father is excellent. And so is the father of my first child. If there was any doubts, I would have just taken him away. But my child, both of my children want to spend time with their fathers.
I think many of these questions are based on the premise, on the assumption that only the mother is able to nurture her child. These fathers are just as nurturing. And in the case of a divorce, where joint custody won't work out, and you have to have the children with one parent or the other, where is the crime if it's the female instead of the male?
Yeah, earlier someone alluded to the fact about love. You know, did you really love your child because you left your children? But if you think about what is love, you know, it's doing best for those that you do love. Where in your situation, it was either abuse a child or commit suicide, to be totally deprived of mother forever. I consider that you did what was best. You exhibited love for your child.
None of these mothers have just left them. They've all been keeping in touch. We've all just got left in the dark.
Well, look who's coming in to rescue Mom here. Joyce, that's a good point. I want to make sure that they understood what you were saying. That they didn't put you on a doorstep in a basket.
Just send you off with your father and leave you there wondering who your mother was, what she was doing.
She knew you were cared for, you were safe, and that nobody was abusing you, etc.
Right.
Is the caller there?
Yes, I am.
Briefly, please.
I just wanted to make a comment that when these mothers give up their children to fathers, out of most of the cases, they're not giving their children up to their fathers. They're giving up to stepmothers to raise. I have raised 3 children. I am a stepmother of 3 children, and they gave them to me to raise. The father's out working. She's out doing her thing. And
how do you feel about that?
Oh, resentment. Just resented. They have gone through so much emotional garbage because the mother could not raise them. The father's out working, so I am raising these 3 children for 10 years.
Yeah, but you knew that when you married him, right?
No, I didn't. No, when I married my husband, she had custody of these 3 children.
Oh, so you got married and all of a sudden, guess what?
I got married 6 months later, they were at my house.
Right. Does she come to pick them up?
Oh, yeah, once a month, or when she's not flying to Jamaica, she comes to pick them up.
Now, wait a minute, hold it. What happens when she comes up to the door?
Oh, she don't come to my door, she honks. Because they are now...
So you have no dialogue with her at all, then?
Pardon?
You don't have any dialogue with her?
Oh, no, I couldn't. I couldn't even talk to a woman that would give up her children, and especially put them... They talk about emotional. What about their children? What about the emotion that their children have to go through? That when they get older, they'll have to see a psychiatrist because their mother couldn't take care of them?
Yeah.
No, that's garbage. That is garbage. These 3 women there, that they're telling me that, they've got emotional problems. What about the children they brought into this world? Do they not care what the emotional problems they have put
Joyce, you want to say what briefly, please?
Yeah, I've come to accept my stepmother as far as raising me. We have a good relationship. I can talk to her about how to take care of my baby, you know, what to do with them.
But do you understand this woman's grief about suddenly...
Oh, yeah, I had a big resentment of having a stepmother resent...
Well, but she's a stepmother who resents the responsibility. They're not her kids.
Shouldn't we point out that for decades and decades, divorced women with custody have been remarrying, and the
Stepfather has assumed the responsibility.
Yeah, but a stepfather
Suddenly,
is
though,
working.
Yeah.
No, wait a minute.
Oh, all right, can I put you on hold? They're playing the music on me.
Okay.
Don't leave me. I'll be back in just a moment.
Mrs. Clay, are you all right?
Oh, fine. Sort of.
Little constipation.
I wish I felt better about my laxative.
You'll feel good about this one. It's gentle. It's the overnight wonder.
X-Lax?
The overnight wonder. Give me your hand.
Why, it's a pill.
Right. Developed by X-Lax to gently restore your system's own natural rhythm.
So it really is gentle.
You'll feel the difference in the morning. Try X-Lax pills. The overnight wonder.
Here's an opportunity for your family to enjoy the opening night performance of the Ice Capades and save $3 on each ticket. WIXT TV 9, in conjunction with Tops Friendly Markets, presents Family Night, Wednesday, February 16th, the only night you can save $3 on ticket prices. Special $3 discount coupons, good only for Family Night, are available at all Tops Friendly Markets. This offer is good for one performance only, opening night, Wednesday, February 16th. Don't miss out. Family Night is brought to you by WIXT and Tops Friendly Markets.
Oh, roast beef, the bread and the tomato, the Swiss cheese and miracle whip. Oh. Oh, no.
A sandwich just isn't a sandwich without Miracle Whip salad dressing, the bread spread from Kraft.
Don't miss the Johnny Cash Show, Sunday, February 6th, 7 p.m. at the Landmark Theater. Tickets available at the box office and all Ticketron locations. The Johnny Cash Show.
Hello, I'm Professor Wise Old Owl. I'd like you to meet some friends of mine.
Want to play with me? Yes.
Interesting. They don't see any difference, do they?
Yes, is the caller still there?
Diane.
Yeah, briefly. We have very little time.
Well, how do these women feel about putting the emotional that they have put on their children and about another woman doing their job?
How do you feel about that? I mean, that's not a bad...
I'm grateful. My daughter's stepmother is doing a terrific job. I can only be honest with my daughter.
But she's not resentful?
Oh, she hates me. I mean, she thinks I'm some kind of glamour queen, but
it's true.
She doesn't know me. She doesn't know anything. She doesn't talk to me. She doesn't see me, or, you know.
Yeah. Are you a glamour queen in the sense, or is your work the kind of work that would be construed from the outside?
It could be, yeah.
You'd probably get to Mexico occasionally and things like that.
Yeah. But
on business?
No. I mean, I do travel for business, but from a little town in Wisconsin to the city of Chicago.
Right. Excuse me, just one second.
So you have...
Yeah,
you have the children and we'll raise them. Is that how we want to do this?
What'd she say?
You have the children and
we'll
she raises
them. So you can go
You have the children and the stepmothers raise them, she's asking, with some bitterness.
That isn't planned.
Okay.
No, I'm grateful to her. I'm really, she's doing a fine job. She has chosen to be with my ex-husband, and that's his...
You can see the incendiary feature of what's happening here. If she's schlepping with the colic and the runny nose and the school and the DPTs and the and here comes herself in the Mercedes-Benz for the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So how do we fix that?
Right, tell me.
Well, I'm just, you know, I'm just grateful. I can't say anything more. I try not to cause any problems, and there are tons of times I could get on the phone with her and...
Do your kids have a step?
No.
Mother? Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to know if any of these women pay child support.
No.
That's one, yeah. Who else? Where are you here? Yes, ma'am. You want to stand? How much time?
I don't care what you say about mother and father. The mother, there's an emotional bonding to a mother that a father just does not have. because you raised that child for 9 months.
Not always.
You want to speak to that?
No matter how shocking it is, I am sorry. I don't think this audience, the caller, or anyone has to pass judgment on a human being who has emotions and who has gone through an emotional setback.
What about your children's emotion? Oh,
we are talking about an emotion, and I was wondering how the husbands have felt at that time. Did they want to divorce you, or have they gone through a lot of emotional tension with you?
These are always bad marriages that are breaking up, and the husbands, of course, go through the normal trauma of divorce just like anyone else.
Okay, but I understand her question. There's some curiosity, you'll pardon us, about all of you. Did your husband say, okay, honey, call? I mean, how easy was this? And did they panic? And were they surprised? And without necessarily giving us the whole picture, what was the posture of your husbands at the time you took off?
88% of the husbands in my study, for instance, to give you an idea of the whole picture, and they're
They don't want to know about the whole picture. Okay. They want to know about you.
They were involved fathers, and they wanted custody.
How about you?
My husband did want my daughter.
My husband said my life would not be complete without the children.
The caller's really concerned about the emotional problems your kid's going through because you gave them up.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of emotional problems would the daughter have gone through if you'd have beat her and then committed suicide?
Exactly.
She'd have ended up
My father, he was put in a foster home when he was little because my grandmother said she didn't want him. It was easier to leave him. Is it easy to leave your children? I don't understand it.
No. The attempted suicide rate among absentee mothers is 60 times higher than average. If that indicates an easy situation, I'm missing something.
Over here, please.
I feel you have a responsibility to your children. When you bring something into the world, it's up to you to have the responsibility. Sure, that's true. But if somebody has to be a constant factor, and if the husband is out working and trying to support the children at the same time, the
mothers
wife
have to work
has to find the solution within the family. The family works together at it. They don't just say, forget it and leave.
There are millions of single mothers who are
Yes.
That's true. But I'm sorry for you that you couldn't find the emotional balance that you needed within your own family.
My fathers know that they have the option at any moment to say, I'd like to take a break. Here are your sons. They know that I would be there with open arms.
I would like to know, when you left, did you leave with the feeling that you were going to find yourself and come back, or that you just would drop in the whole thing and you didn't care what you left behind and what feelings they would go through?
In my case, I knew that it would be a lifelong thing because I was very much aware of the intensity and the profound nature of my emotional problems, and indeed, I'm still working them out.
Yeah, same with you. You didn't, was this final with you, both of you?
Well, I'm still going through, searching for myself.
You're working it out. How about you?
No.
Oh, I don't remember.
For me, it was, I didn't know what I was doing at the time. I didn't know the repercussions. I had thought that with my older son, that when I had taken that break that I needed, that I could have him back.
Is the caller there?
Yes.
Briefly.
My husband and I have 6 children. 1 is mine from a previous marriage, and 4 are his from a previous marriage. I could have never given up my child, but I have to give his ex-wife a lot of credit for having the courage to place her children in the hands of a parent that was better equipped to raise them.
Yeah, excuse me, we're almost... How come you're not as bitter? How come you're not bitter like the other caller is?
Well, because I know that the children would not have been better off with their mother.
But
emotionally, she could not have handled the kids.
Right. There is no jealousy on your part regarding the freedom of the mother of these 4 children.
Well, no. When I married him, I knew he had 4 kids. He had the kids.
Yeah, well, this other woman was ambushed. It happened 6 months after the wedding.
Well, that's, I don't think, I would not have been jealous of her freedom even if she would have said later,
you wouldn't have.
Take the kids.
All right. We'll be back.
Knowing
I got to
that
run.
she can handle.
We'll be back in just a minute.
It's torture serving my family home-baked pie and not being able to have any myself, but I'm watching my calories.
Try new Comstock Light, the pie filling with 1/3 less calories than our regular pie filling, with no artificial sweeteners and fresh, natural fruit flavor.
Fantastic pie. New recipe?
And you're having some too, Mom? Now I can bake my pie and eat it, too.
New Comstock Light. 1/3 less calories, no artificial sweeteners.
Hickory Farms of Ohio knows how to please your Valentine's Day sweetheart. Let him taste our famous beef stick summer sausage or some good rich cheddar, the kind of mouth-watering delights in our Valentine's gifts. And just to make sure it suits his taste,
come to Hickory Farms.
We make sure it suits your taste first.
We'll give you a taste of old-time country goodness. Nestle makes it richly. Nestle makes it
Creamly.
Nestle makes it thickly. Richly, creamly, thickly, Nestle.
Introducing the richest and creamiest of all the leading cocoa mixes. New Nestle Rich and Creamy Hot Cocoa Mix.
It's the richest, creamiest.
New Nestle Rich and Creamy Hot Cocoa Mix.
Richly, creamly, thickly, Nestle.
How good are Van de Kamp's fish sticks? People prefer them 2 to 1 over the leading breaded brand.
Gregory, are you making all gone with your fish?
All gone.
If you need information, call Planned Parenthood first. Planned Parenthood provides education and counseling for men and women on birth control, sterilization, and infertility. They also offer pregnancy testing and programs for teens. If you need help, call Planned Parenthood first, 475-5532.
Hi, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Briefly.
These women are selfish and very lazy. They're only looking out for themselves. They aren't looking out for the children that they brought into this world.
Okay, hang on just a second here.
That's right.
Yeah, well, we'll get the stones out and we'll, yeah.
My mother left me when I was about 4, and I will never understand it. I love her dearly, but how do you take a break from raising a family?
No, but would you ask with the same passion that question of a father?
I don't agree with that either.
Well, tell me what you know.
How can a man take a break from raising a family, too?
What if you get divorced? Are you saying we shouldn't divorce?
Well, no. Sometimes there's...
If you get divorced, what are you going to do?
But I don't see how they can walk out on their children.
Yeah.
Grandparenting is a luxury in life. Pat, are you an absentee grandmother?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Oh, you are?
Simply because of the distance that they live. She's in Michigan, I'm in New York.
Over here.
Yeah, was there any warning when you left your family and husband?
Yes. None of us are runaway mothers, and in fact there are minuscule numbers of runaway mothers. The men are the ones who do the running away.
I'm a daycare teacher, and our problem is the children have no problem, really, as far as I'm concerned, with absentee parents. The biggest problem is the inconsistency in the child's life when the parent comes back.
Yes, I would agree. Yeah.
The child starts having a war between the two parents a lot of the time, and that's our biggest problem that we find.
When the child comes back, where?
In the child's life.
When the absentee parent comes back into the child. Now, you don't mean visitation.
Yes, I mean visitation.
So visitation itself, which is really an act of love and caring on the part of the absentee parent, can hurt the kid?
A lot of the time.
That's a view. No. That's a very extreme view.
Phil, I'd just like to say that I have 5 daughters, 4 of them teenagers, and 1 a 7-year-old. And I've had a lot of frustration, certainly, raising them, but I can't ever see giving one of them up, giving birth to them.
I'd just like to say that my father left when I was 4 years old, but I still love him, but there's more peace in the house than ever before. It was more peace then.
Yeah.
Who said being a parent was easy? I think you've just run away from the problem. You've created more problems.
Are we to assume that Pat wrote a book about this and is making...
It sounds like a...
No. Well...
I haven't made a cent so far.
All right. I should call your attention to the fact that the first charge we make against people with whom we disagree is that they're doing it just for the money. And maybe that isn't fair. If we agree with someone, we think they're wonderful. If we don't, we say they're greedy. This is a book titled Absentee Mothers, and I hope you will allow me to say that there are significant numbers of women out there who could use the support that comes from a book which tells them that they are not alone and that maybe it's in the best long-term interests of everybody. Yeah.
I think most men can't offer the same emotional support when you're talking about a little child who is 2.5 years old. I don't think
the man can't do it as well.
do the vitamins in these cereals compare with Total's?
I really don't know.
This shield shows Total has 100% of a day's allowance of 9 vitamins and iron.
Uh-huh.
Put Total Shield on your cereal to compare vitamins.
I like Special K. 25%. Total's got a lot more, but how's it taste?
Crisp flakes of whole grain wheat.
Mmm.
And 100% of 9 vitamins. That's the total difference.
This is for Big Bob. This is for Little Bob. This is for Big Bob.
It's hard trying to please everyone, but we've got a little something that might help. New pasta shapes and sauces. Brand new from good old Muller's. 5 delicious new side dishes.
This is for Big Bob and for Little Bob.
The sauces are tasty.
Hey!
And the shapes delightful.
Thanks, Mom.
So try new pasta shapes and sauces from Muller's.
It's for Big Bob and Little Bob.
On the next lie detector, this man has been accused of burglary. Is he guilty or the victim of a jealous ex-girlfriend?
Did you steal that television, stereo, and money from your ex-girlfriend's apartment the day before Thanksgiving last year?
This woman was arrested for vandalism, assault, and battery when state officials showed up at her garage sale.
We were inside the garage working, and I looked up, and here's cameras was taking pictures of me.
Find out the truth on Lie Detector.
Lie Detector, weekdays at noon.
Price Chopper. 50 years of people doing more. Price Chopper. People caring for you in every store. Price Chopper. 50 years of people doing more. 50 years of people doing more.
Absentee mothers, Patricia Paskowitz's account of her own life away from the family, and also her review of 100 other women who did the same. Is the caller there? Hello?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, I want to say that I'm one of the fathers.
Yeah?
These people left their kids. Well, I'm a single father, left with 2 children.
Yeah. And how do you feel about this?
I'm mad. I think they're crazy.
Yeah? How old are the kids?
Fees paid by the following.
This Volvo Turbo has all the features you'd expect from a performance car, and one you don't. Up to 76 cubic feet of luggage space.
Give your home a look of elegance with the rich no-sheen finish of True Test Satin Hue Flat Latex, available exclusively at participating True Value hardware stores.